Alrighty, welcome. Sorry I'm running a little bit late. I was doing stuff with my daughter and ended up passing out without setting an alarm on my phone. Um... let me... This over here. Yeah, I meant to post up my mid lane tier list too, but... So I have a little dinky, like, wireless mouse. I played with it earlier. It's still not, like, as great as a normal mouse. So I still need to order, like, a real mouse, but... Huh. I'm still trying to look up the best, It's tricky because, like, the one that was #1 on one of the lists is not even on the top 10 of one of these other ones that I'm looking at. Who does my favorite streamer endorse in terms of a mouse set? That's what I gotta buy. Because one of them saying it's like the new Logitech. This one's saying it's SteelSeries. Both of them have one of the Razors is #2. But I heard that the Razer has, like, requires you to get some kind of software or something for it, which seems pretty annoying to me. What does this one say? This one has a different Logitech. Huh. What do you guys think? Let me know. Okay, so this one has like 3 different Logitechs, but those are all different numbers. The H something was what a different one recommended. But the top 3 here are all Logitechs. Seems like around number 3 or 4 on almost every list is Corsair Harpoon. Why can't there be a consensus, man? Okay, who do I want? We could just do Janna into this. The problem is they outscale with Jinx. Guess we'll stick with Rakan. I really hate Rakan into Nautilus. Hopefully people know what they're doing. Okay, let me pull the chat up again here. Oh, I could have done that too. Yeah, sorry I wasn't looking at it. So yeah, I bought a little wireless Logitech for like $13 from Walmart because Amazon wasn't going to be able to ship me anything until Monday. Gotta grind that RuneScape. This one just doesn't have the same amount of DPI, so hopefully I can get used to it, but... yeah, I could have done Zyra. Okay, yeah, black screen. Did I not? I thought I already fixed it. Okay, let me pop back in. Wait, no. I forgot I gotta go over to the other... Okay, here we go. I forgot I have to go over to the other scene. Okay, here we go. You can change options in the mouse screen. Let me go ahead and change this while I'm at it, too. We're at like 20 LP or something, I think.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay. Their team's pretty low damage. If we can kill Jinx, I think we beat him. Yeah, you can change the settings in the game, but the DPI on your mouse matters too. So like, I always have the game settings up as high as possible. The mouse settings, where is it? Here. It's always 100. But I don't even know what the DPI is on this mouse. I assume it's really low. And I can tell it's definitely slow. And that's how far you mechanically have to move your mouse. I don't have a mouse pad either. I just have a flat table here. Now, how far mechanically you have to move your mouse in order to move it on the screen. So it moves quickly, like the game says, but I have to like this motion right here would probably move it across the whole screen with my other mouse. My previous one, because it had a higher DPI.
I dance so fine I kill.
So I personally think if you can learn to play with higher DPIs where it takes less mechanical motion to move your mouse, that ultimately is going to be better if you get used to it. I didn't have it on the very highest one before. My other mouse had 4 different DPI settings. I'm not sure what they stood for, but... I can kind of get used to this. I mean, I almost got to Diamond several seasons with just a... I mean, that... My recent mouse that died was a $13 mouse, but it did have DPI settings. But before that, I just used a ball mouse until, like, 2015. And I still almost... I got to, like, Platinum 1 for 2 or 3 seasons. You can do it. I mean, the main thing is it just kind of feels weird and I have to get used to it. But I do want to buy a little bit of a better mouse. Okay, Lee's top. Yeah, my mechanics are still not going to be quite as good. So I'm getting used to this one. And it is a bit slower. Hey, congrats, Matt. Hope you had a good time. Hope the wedding went over really well. Didn't miss much. I got kind of a late start tonight, too. I didn't ward because we saw Lee top. If you're wondering why I was sitting on 2 wards. We saw him top at level 2. It was so weird yesterday. If anyone missed yesterday's stream, my right mouse button stopped working. My left mouse button worked. My right one just stopped working in the middle of the game. And I had to go find this little, like, super dinky travel mouse, like wireless travel mouse for my laptop that my wife got me.
It's a fury. It is a song.
It was like a $8 mouse or something. It was so terrible, though. It was very small, too. So that was one of the biggest things, was it was difficult for me to handle, because I was used to a bigger mouse. Once you get used to a bigger mouse, you just can't go back to the small ones. I have a pretty cheap junk one right now. It's like $13, a little Logitech one. So that's all that Walmart had. So I wanted something for today. I'm still researching the good one that I want to get.
Spark of madness. You mustn't lose it.
Message retracted. We actually won the game. I was basically AFK for 10 minutes, but we were up like 20 kills. I was like doing attack move for a little bit to try to get across the map. I was trying to figure out how to I couldn't find it in the options, but trying to figure out how to reconfigure my mouse buttons to make my left click move. It's really, I don't use my left click for anything, I don't think, except for like buying, I don't even use it for buying items in the shop. For clicking on enemies, maybe to see like some things about their items, but really you don't use your left click that much. So if I'd been able to reassign it, that probably would have been for the best.
I'm so fine, I gotta kiss myself.
Yeah, we are all AD though, so I probably should have gone something like Zyra. Huh. I could go AP Recon, but they're also tanky. If they had more squishies, I could go for like AP Recon. I was looking up some like Proto Belt Recon stuff, but it's super far out of the meta for support. Yeah, I know some people bind left click to attack move. That's probably a pretty good idea. I've just never done that.
An enemy has been slain.
Rory almost didn't make it. What did make it?
Me.
Oh. Rory is teaching you patience. It's a gift. Hallelujah. Eh. You're about to play with your phone?
She got to play with my phone during the
I see.
Totally get paid.
started out playing belly breathe. I was like, alright, she wants belly breathe because she's freaking out. She not these. What are these dry erase markers doing on the floor?
I don't know.
You get them out?
Oh, yeah, I got him out of my bag.
Backpack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dry erase marker does not come out of clothes.
She can't take them off, though.
I'm on my third try.
I don't know.
This is ruined.
Honey, just pay $7 more for another Brokeborn shirt.
It's like 12. They don't make it anymore.
I don't want
It's
a
on
world.
Don't put on the turtle shirt that your aunt and uncle brought back from
Oh, he done seen it. I don't know if we have enough horsepower to kill him. We could maybe force a fight at Dragon. Lee's sort of strong. Or know he's bot side right now.
Magic is supposed to be scary. Love is supposed to hurt. Ecstasy needs a little fear.
I think Lee's trying to come in. See if I can get hooked here. Okay, we got it. I don't know where mid is. Okay, she's there. You're not doing it? I guess they don't want to do it. I mean, it is a little spooky because Ari could rotate down, but
An enemy has been slain.
Fun. I need some fun. Now! They will see me. They will see my dance.
shiny new 50 cal. That's right.
I'm gonna take all they got. Plat.
Dang it.
Turn on, drop out.
I need this experience.
Vision. Understand.
I don't know why he just didn't jump the wall immediately. But now they're gonna get dragon. Shit. Oh my god, no way. Fuck, she got triumphed.
Turret plate will fall soon.
Did I step on a trap? No. Thought I got around it. Nautilus is just faking me out. Damn. I thought I could get in there and just ignite her because I thought everyone else is going to be on dragon. I got too greedy.
Ha! I'm G to the D. Golden diamond, boy. Woo!
Good kitty. Most of their kills are on Lee, though, so we can probably deal with that. Sucks Jinx got that one. We should have had that dragon from earlier, though. That was definitely a mistake. Oop, damn it. Sequence that wrong.
Long ago, now only the embers remain. The world isn't about
Has been slain.
I mean, that's a really good place to, like, start a fight, too. It's just, if you have a control ward, just fight them over that tri-bush ward. Usually people will come fight you. People love to try to protect their pinks. Yeah. Yeah, there's a, like, a, what, an invulnerable minion there? I don't know what was up with that.
Has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
they're gonna try and test me?
Who do I think will win Worlds? Asked James. To be honest, I haven't done a ton of research, but I honestly think that G2 could do it. Probably G2 or SKT. I mean, it could be a Chinese team too. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer. It's like anybody. But I haven't watched a lot of the most recent stuff. I know SKT has recently started shining again. Yeah, we're really far ahead on items, but
Look good.
this
Feel
Caitlyn is
good.
pretty good.
Kick
Is
some
Lee up
ass.
there? Yeah, Lee's dead.
I think they underestimate my charm.
We need to get Rift here soon.
Oh, I hate having
Shit! The fucking pathing. Are you kidding me right now? In what universe, when I click on Caitlyn? So I click on Caitlyn right here. It's like, oh, you know what? Instead of walking this way, let me just turn around in 180, walk the other way. Riot really needs to fix their fucking pathing in this game. It's so infuriating. Alright,
Enemy killing spree.
I do have some magic, not a lot. We'll figure it out.
Ain't nothing I say should be taken seriously. That's why it's the truth.
Plus, that cost us like freaking 2 kills and a dragon. All because Rakan literally turned around and 180 walked right into the other freaking team when I clicked on her Caitlyn.
I'm offended by how little attention I'm given.
Like, the path around walls is just so freaking stupid. Maybe I accidentally clicked on a wall. I'm not sure. I think if you click on a wall, you should literally just walk into the wall. That would fix so many pathing problems.
Look right.
If that's what I ended up doing. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but every time it happens, it's just makes me want to pull my hair out.
I don't want to miss the start of the party.
no way they get rift here, right? No, it's timed out. Maybe they were trying to get rift, and they thought they could do it before it timed. I'm not sure.
I've been kicked around since I was born. It's all right. It's okay. I'm staying alive. I think Zaya told me to improvise. At least
Yeah,
that's the only
yeah. So I needed to go play Kane support, so I don't even have to worry about wall walking. Hey, maybe that's legit. Oh my god. Really? I didn't... I thought I was going to outplay him there, that I could sidestep that. Okay, well, that works.
humans talk about their treaties.
We could still go either Shirelia's or Ardent Sensor.
Your turret has been destroyed.
They're scared of death. They're scared of death. They are scared. Where from? I will
God, we do like no damage. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do Ardent because they're just gonna stack all armor. Oh, Trinamir actually got ripped. I didn't even realize that.
They will see my dance.
Caitlyn's gonna have to get Last Whisper, I think.
And its fury. If it don't get out of control, it's hard.
Alright, we finally got him.
There's wildness in the music. It's just let's see what's happening now. Magic is a wilderness.
An ally has been slain.
Peekaboo.
I'm gonna let Trinamir get some pressure.
Forgot why I'm here.
Enemy rampage.
Humans are
An enemy has been slain.
refuse.
They're definitely gonna get that tier 1, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clear this out. That path something again. There's no way I was going to help Trinamir hold that 1v4, which is why I went with Talon.
I don't do safe.
I know we're going to have to rebuy Fairy Charm here in a second, but I need control wards on this back. Hey, thanks, Ogrix.
When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead. True story.
I mean, Rakan can go through walls. I just didn't think I needed to. I'd already used my W to dodge right there.
I need to see if people can see how awesome I am.
Like, we knew Nautilus was going to be there. I can get out of that stuff. Caitlyn should at least have set down traps if she wanted to walk up there with me.
It's all filthy and dangerous. And that's why I love it.
Holy shit. Oh my god, she goofed it up.
An enemy has been slain.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. Congrats, buddy.
They've never seen moves like mine. I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how amazing my cloak is. I mean, seriously. Rude.
Mouse unboxing video with commentary on how mouse and keyboard mechanics CGP affect LoL gameplay.
Serious about it.
Huh. Okay.
That's their problem.
Yeah, I should hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday have that.
Anybody there?
Oh, he went up there to try to match the Talon. Wait, we got Baron? I didn't even realize that we stole the Baron. Okay.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
I mean, that is an accomplishment for sure. I'm not sure if you're being silly or kind of tongue-in-cheek there or not, Adam, but... Or not Adam, James. But I mean, that is good. I mean, there's a big difference between that. Which ADCs for 919? I'll see if I can do a video for it tomorrow. I don't think it's going to change that much. I think that Xayah is better than I thought she was going to be after the nerfs. If you can play Xayah, I think she's really good. Depends on if you're an ADC main and how much practice you have. I mean, Draven's always amazing if you can play him. Xayah's really good. I still think Ezreal, like, is the king of the do-it-yourself ADCs if you get good on him in solo queue. Twitch, always really strong. It depends on, like, who your support is and what their comp is, too, but... I mean, if you just want to blind pick something and try to win every game, I'd play either Draven or Xayah. Like, Jinx can be really good, but you need a support that's gonna help heal you, or somebody has to help heal you, I think, late game. Kai'Sa has potential too if you don't go tier. I mean, you can still win even if you do go tier, but... Ooh, what? Did he die with ult? She gets caught here, we might just die. Okay, I think maybe she lives. Talon might backdoor. Oh, he walked over a ward. They noticed that really quickly. Please, Caitlyn, just don't die. I turned around and queued him to shut off his Moby boots, but I forgot he didn't even have Moby boots. He went tabby also. I really don't think Twitch is useless, man. He's one of the highest win rate 80 carries. He does a hell of a lot of damage, and he has like really good mechanics for solo queue. I mean, invisibility is extremely powerful. No one ever respects it.
That's who I am.
Well, I knocked them all up. We just don't have the power to kill them. I need to maybe just start, I don't know. Do I give them Morgan, just ban Nautilus? Because I feel like Nautilus is very similarly, like, really obnoxious. And he has much better teamfight, like, presence than Morgana does. So maybe I should ban Nautilus and give him Morg. The new SG skin. Oh, the newest skin, you mean?
Our people are
I don't know, I just switched it up.
My lady's gonna heal.
We got engaged on. I was trying to get vision around Baron. I knew like one of them would be there, but like all four of them were in a bush. And they got me like, they still barely got me when I got out.
And it's good times. Let's see.
But I just underestimated their damage a little bit there. I knew Lee, like 100% Lee was going to be there, and probably Nautilus, but I thought maybe at least one of the other people would not be there. warded. Holy sh... God, the chain CC is real. How long? I was CC'd for 4 seconds. I have 53% tenacity and I was CC'd for 4 seconds. Means in theory I should have been CC'd for 8 seconds. How it works though is a lot of Nautilus's CC are like short little pieces of CC that don't get reduced below. I think I might just start banning Nautilus, honestly. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess if you 100% kill Twitch every single time he appears, then yeah, he's not going to be a problem. I did get caught several times there trying to get vision or make plays. Yeah, I think I might just ban Nautilus. I mean, I'm not overrating it. It does exactly what it says it does. It should be reducing the CC by like 1/3, like 30% or 40% when those are stacked together, even multiplicatively. Why would tenacity be worthless without mercs? It's literally the same stat. Like, it's actually the same stat. It's called tenacity. The only thing that mercs give you that the other ones don't give you is magic resist. Well, it's not that he takes no damage. I don't care that he takes no damage. I care that he has 4 different, like, 3 different hard CCs and 1 different, he has 4 different hard CCs. No, 3. 3 hard CCs and a slow. So 4 total. But a lot of them are just like little micro CCs so that tenacity... Like, the thing is, tenacity can't reduce CC below, half a second. So if you constantly get like chain stunned by these little like half-second stuns, then it doesn't reduce it anymore. I don't know. Yeah, but Morg doesn't do as much in team fights. Like, she black shields, that's it. I mean, we'll see how I feel about the matchup. They'll probably pick her into me.
Let's dance.
There are just a couple of, like, me trying to get vision around that Baron. Like, we knew they weren't doing Baron because I had it warded, so there was no reason for me to walk over there. Like, there were a couple of plays like that game where... That mispathing, too. I mean, where it had me run back into the Lee, like, that cost us 2 kills and a dragon, where we would have had that dragon if we just backed up normally. So that was really bad. There were several things really bad there for us. That one, I mean, was a mechanical thing. The other ones were, like, decision. Like, that one around Baron was a problem, and then... I can't remember. I feel like there was one other one where I got caught also. Or where, like, someone else got caught. Like, where I was walking up trying to clear vision, and the Caitlyn got caught. So I just needed to respect their CC a little bit more. Yes. If you get hard CC'd in the middle of movement, then you do get stopped. Ezra Khan. I mean, yeah, but here's the thing about Nautilus. Like, yeah, the thing is, no, it wasn't just about, I mean, we didn't have a great comp, but at the same time, we should have won that game. Like, we just made a lot of mistakes. It wasn't really a comp thing. And I specifically made a couple of pretty big blunders. May not have seemed that big, but they were pretty big. I didn't get to watch the Twitch rivals, no. What's up, Mitch? So the thing about Nautilus, though, is he's not only, like, pretty good against Rakan, he's pretty good, like, in team fights. Morg doesn't, like, Morg has her bind, which is kind of useful, but it's really single target. And her Black Shield, if they have someone that's really fed, and we don't have magic damage to break it, can be good. But it's not the same as, like, Nautilus's R in a team fight. Because near the end there, he was just pressing R on the Caitlyn, and it was, like, knocking up our whole team. Like, he just has so much disruption. Oh, Saber won Twitch Rivals. Nice. Good for him. Vhagar.
Let me guide you.
Went Soraka so that I could go a Mikhail's to cleanse the Vhagar stun early. Yeah, but I'm not picking it for the lane synergy. I was picking it as something that could help out against Vhagar. I mean, you don't always have to pick for lane. And I wasn't sure if that Vhagar was going to be support or not. You know, I could have picked some. Well, Nautilus was banned, but I could have picked something like Leona if I really wanted to play an aggressive lane. But like Vhagar is pretty good against those types of all-in champs. You never really pick in Soraka for lane synergy. Let's be honest. Like, there's almost always somebody who's better. Like, Soraka is pretty much just like a nullifier in lane most of the time. Like, you're trying to go even, and then you just sort of outscale later, and you have, like, pretty good global presence with your R, and then you have, like, supreme teamfight presence. Yeah, no, it's totally brand support, but when I picked, Soraka, I didn't know that for sure.
Gracefully. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. I lend my 30 seconds until minions spawn.
She went lethal tempo, though. Really don't like it. I wish she went Comet. I have a different mouse, so just getting used to the DPI on it. I think it felt okay. There weren't that many like awkward mechanical things that I felt like. There was the wall thing, but I think it wouldn't have mattered which mouse I was using last game. But I'm just getting kind of used to this, so this is all right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't like Kai'Sa very much right now in solo queue because most people get her tier. I would rather have Ashe.
Where am I needed?
Doesn't Darius dumpster Volibear? I'm not entirely sure about that. Huh, look at that. It triggered Guardian again. That's twice where my Q has triggered Guardian. There's another game where that happened too. How is it doing that? Because there's no font healing. Does that count as a targeted ability? On your ally? Because that'd be pretty OP, because then you could put, like, you could put Ardent Sensor on everybody with a Q. I don't know. It seems like there's something up with the coding there. Because the only way that Guardian gets procced is if you're standing close or if it's a targeted ability. And I definitely 100% was not standing close right there. She don't use her heal? Didn't use either sound. If she used her heal, 100% we win, because then I would have had one more heal. Unbelievable. I'm like 99% sure we would have won that fight if she used her heal. I actually didn't have a spell to cast on him, so... Oh, is she mad?
An enemy has been slain.
Alright.
Gracefully.
I wasn't sure if she was going to be able to get it or not there at the end. It was so close. So in the long run, I didn't need to flash for that, but... What level is Lee's? Level 4. Can we do drag? Water drag? Probably not. Death timers are a bit low. Oh my god! What the fuck is this pathing? This pathing is gonna kill me today. I click here, it's like, huh, let me walk around in front of the minions instead of behind them. Like, which squirrels wrote this pathing?
For peace of mind.
Alright, I guess no one got the kill for it. I'm gonna need boost because I don't have flash. Hey, what's up, Spring Jack? I think I did trigger Guardian. If I had it, I definitely triggered it on the Ashe because I W'd her. Which doesn't, like, matter how close you're standing. I'm not sure if that was, if you were talking about the play where she died or not, but... He does have Vamp Scepter now, so he's gonna heal through a decent little chunk, but... Or are you talking about the blue pool? I mean, we can go back and watch the pool at the very beginning that triggered Guardian. I'm not sure which play you're talking about here, but... Alright, it's plotting against me.
The whole world is unbound.
Damn it, she's going Blather and King. I mean, the healing is nice early, but it's such a weak power spike for Ashe. I guess the healing is relevant against Brand, you know. Yeah, I just gotta farm. I can't walk up for Qs.
Has been slain. I heed their call.
It's not even worth casting the E, honestly, without having, like, Scorch and things like that to go with it. It's just not enough damage. I mean...
This is my path. An ally has been slain. Gracefully.
Can we get Dragon? I think we're a little late on getting the Dragon there. I'm gonna have to get Mercs in this kind of situation, but...
I lend my aid.
I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can at least get Mikhail's here.
Enemy has been slain.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of Essence Reaver too. Shit. That was instant. And I was too late on it. I thought he at least had an animation. It was like literally he just pressed R. It was like before I could even do anything, dude was dead. I should have just R'd immediately as he started going in. He was under 40%, so he would have had the bonus. That was just me being greedy. I thought he might actually kill him before. Real. Holy shit. Get him, Ashe. Damn, through barrier? Feels bad.
To heal and protect.
I know, but the Lee didn't have to die. If I would have just healed earlier up there.
The whole world is unbound.
Yeah, Ashe could have body blocked me there. I don't know. I could have also just not gotten hit. Like, I knew he was going to be in that bush. Like, I know, I'm just, like, not respecting damage thresholds enough here this game. Or the last game. I'm just being too risky. Like, I know they're, like, last game, I knew they were in that bush. This game, like, I know 100% that Brand's in that bush.
I heed their call.
I'm just not respecting it. We just gotta wait on Lee. We're not down that much in CS. We just gotta protect, maybe look for plays with the R.
Killing spree.
I mean, you literally walked up to him, dude. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. We're just gonna have to wait on Lee. If she had Comet, this would be so much better. Like, we could actually poke out this brand. I'm just trying to clear minions out here. Pretty sure that saved volley. It would have been really close. Darius is going to execute him.
Where am I needed? Every step, a new journey.
I'm not even going to try to put a ward there because...
Turret plating will fall.
Oh, Eve's there? No, no, no. We don't want that. We don't want that.
To heal and protect. The whole world in balance.
Huh. Yeah, that just triggered Guardian as well. It's got to be something with, like, jungle minions.
Never waste a breath.
Did I get the assist on that across the map? I think I did. Maybe not.
I heed their call.
Why would he run back over there? He's gonna like flash for me or something. Just let that go.
Ally has been slain. This is my path.
I probably should have, if I knew I was going to get Mikhail's, I should have done Ingenious Hunter, because now I can go Mikhail's Redemption, and I could have had 40% cooldown on both of those. Got him, coach.
Down. An ally has been slain.
Maybe I'd just position better and still go for Mobies. I should be able to dodge most CC, and I just move so slowly that I just want to step that up a little bit. Actually, let me sell this. Troll ward. Yeah, I mean, we had Guardian, and he didn't hit most of his stuff. Yeah, he was dead.
The whole world in balance.
He's trying to get to Morello, too. He doesn't have it yet. And Lucian doesn't have healing reduction either. I don't know if Vagar had enough to all in. His ult was likely on cooldown, but yeah, I gotta remember to do Ingenious. It's probably gonna be Redemption next.
Leave me to a nuts.
Soraka ain't having none of your dark sexual ways, Eve. She's pure at heart. Bear's getting that side lane.
Every step, a new journey.
You singing in there? A little songbird? Tweet, tweet! Got him. Huh, yeah, it triggered again there. When you hit large monsters, it triggers Guardian.
Heed their call.
I'm like a bird. My wife loves my singing. She says I sing like an angel. She's like, stop singing, you're terrible. Just give up. Now she's breaking out some Warrior Speak on me. Rory carries stuff in buckets.
I lend my aid.
Oh, he thinks he's just gonna walk up and ward that, huh? I don't think so. That's right. That's right. That pathing could have been real bad.
For peace of mind.
Eh. Oh Lord.
An enemy has been slain.
Damn it. Saw that ward there. I don't think they're gonna be. They're all dead. I mean, what are they gonna do? Yep. Chia! My wife loves it when I hit her with the Chia. Makes her feel like she's back in the early 90s at the club. I like club. At the club, in Spanish. Everybody's got that mortal reminder. Does he want to dance? Do you want to dance? Eh. That's right. I guess they call that dancing.
Never waste a breath.
Would you call what they do in the 90s at the club dancing? Or would you call it solicitation? Why not both? Well, I mean, it is a tax. Brand's probably going to get that anyways, but he doesn't have Rylai's and he doesn't have Leandri's because of that. Vhagar definitely does not want to have to rush that item. So I am getting them to rush stuff that they normally would not want to rush. These Ashros are so bad. We gotta just split. Just let them. No, don't help them. Just put pressure on middle, guys. It's a 1-3-1.
Has destroyed a turret. An ally
He's gone.
slain.
And this problem with 1-3-1s is people just don't know how to, like, read a map. Just like Christopher Columbus all over again. I don't know if he had a map. I assume he probably did. Did not read it correctly. It's like, oh, it says go east. Maybe I'll go west. Gotta watch out for that flash pull. You might have it. Eh. See, if she had CDR, she'd at least get multiple shots, so maybe she'd hit something eventually. She had 40% CDR off the best Ashe build. Volley's actually doing pretty well against that Darius. Just waiting until the Grievous wounds wore off of him. I don't think Columbus was probably the brightest tool on the sharpest tool on the shelf. Is that a way to say it?
This is my path.
What kind of compass are you using, Patrick? Yo, Chris, man, what's up with that? Why are we going this way? I wonder if they had nicknames back then. I don't know. Like, if they went by it. Like, if he made everyone call him Christopher. Or if people just called him Chris. Like, if they called Robert, like, Bob.
Gracefully.
Like, William Shakespeare, did he just go by Bill? Billy?
I lend my aid. For peace of mind.
Is this worded? Are y'all trolling? Nah, he's just been talking to Miss Cleo again. Make him check.
Every step, a new journey.
Sea Dog. Yo, C! Talking about nicknames for Columbus, our national hero. Yo, C! Hey, C, we got some weird brown people on the shore. What are we gonna do about it? God, imagine it was probably something to that effect. Oh, hell, just kill them all. It's pretty clear who are the savages in that narrative, as we know it a little better now over time. This Eve just wanted to get a kill on me so badly. She's like, got her! Gaius Caligulus. Yeah. I actually didn't know, like, a lot of that stuff was that bad. Until, like, some of my students presented on it. Wait, why did she think she was a bee, dear?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You didn't see the pictures?
Tap to download.
I bought her a bee costume today.
Oh.
Halloween costume. For $4.50. I was like, well, she can pick whether she wants to be a bee or a cheerleader. And I told her.
Oh my God, you're gonna try to allow our daughter to be a cheerleader in 2019.
Well, I already have a cheerleader outfit.
Unbelievable.
That was purchased for me. I did not buy it.
She can be a boxer. She can be a firefighter. She can be a CEO. She can be a Wall Street fat cat.
There was definitely a blazer in her size at the consignment store today. Yeah, no, my grandpa bought her a cheerleading outfit from the university he was at.
Oh, I remember him giving that out before.
Yes, and then our nephew has a basketball outfit.
Why didn't she have the basketball outfit?
It's like a jersey and or t-shirt and shorts. It's less uniform looking. It looks
Look,
like athletic gear.
She can only wear flannel. She has to have that short shaved haircut that's like flipped over.
Cheerleader outfit's pretty cute.
And she's only allowed to dress up as like boxer, CEO, mechanic, fighter pilot,
Not a bumblebee.
professor, but only a math professor or science. No English.
But not a bumblebee.
Not a bumblebee, no. That's part of the
So
patriarchy.
without the costume,
We have to
it's cute.
challenge the patriarchy with our Halloween costumes.
I was gonna bring her with me and look at Halloween costumes. It was probably good I didn't, because there wasn't a lot to choose from, surprisingly.
I see.
So I told her it was a bee costume that she could choose to wear, and she was like, "Bee, bee." I said, "You want to try it on?" She's like, "Yeah." So I put it on her, and she was so excited. She's like, "I'm a bee! I'm a bee!"
Well, you better
Dancing.
get that smile off her face.
Around. And
I don't care if she's having fun with it.
she wanted a sandwich snack. So I made her the sandwich, and I said, we have to take your bee costume off to eat the sandwich. And she cried. She did not want to take the bee costume off.
Bee.
She's like, "Bee, my bee, my bee." So I put it over, I hung it on the hook. I hung it on the hook by the door, and she walked over, and she could still grab the bottom of it, and she was pulling on it. And I picked it up from the fridge.
She's having too much fun with that. Life's not about fun, it's about sending a political message. These are not fun times we live in.
So our niece and nephew are
What is this fun?
koala and a zookeeper.
I'll say.
I'm not sure who is who, but I'm guessing the baby is the koala. And the nephew is the zookeeper. But there could be a bee at this time. So I thought, I can just wear a floral print dress and boom, we're themed. Flowers and a bee. I could dress like a flower, but that would work. A big flower on a shirt, I guess.
Yeah.
And see,
Bee.
then, if it's still hot outside, we can just get her some black shorts, and she can just wear that and black shorts. Or if it's cooler, finally, she can wear black pants.
Yeah, I think you mean black, like very, very loose
Black
pants. Like
sleeve shirts.
she's gonna need a belt to hold those pants up.
Huh?
Said yeah, she can have some black, very, very loose pants that are like all the way down to past her ankles.
But not leggings.
That's right, no leggings.
It's like all she wears.
She can wear like a dress, full length dress. We did have her dress up as. No, it was Timo, not BMO on the channel last year. That's right. What do we pick here? I guess just Rakan if it's blind pick. They banned Morg anyways.
Let's dance.
Last time Soraka works, they didn't have very good dive. I just never win with Lulu. I don't know. Like I feel like Lulu can be okay sometimes, but I think she's just pretty limited. Huh. That's what I like to see. 29% Gold 1 player in my Plat 2 games. What? I guess he just hasn't played all season or something, and he still has his MMR from last year. Wait, is Vayne top? This guy's never played Jinx. I mean, Jinx is not that hard to play, but just play Twitch. It's the same thing, but better if you have experience on him. Vayne top against Irelia. Cat also hasn't played in a long time. But she does main Cat. I guess. I mean, at least two of the people are on their main champs. Really 3 are on champs they have experience with, so... Well, I mean, I assume the way that it's working with Rengar, like, they don't decay your MMR ever. So you could just not play the game for, like, 4 years and then come back, and if you were Diamond when you left, you'll be matched as though you're Diamond when you come back. Pretty much. It'll decay your LP, your rank, down to Gold, but it will not decay your MMR. Which a lot of people have complained about. So it treats you as being of the same skill level as when you left, even if you haven't played recently, which I don't think is accurate. I mean, if someone hasn't played in like a month or something, they're not going to be as good. It's going to take them a while to get back into it. So that's why they have LP decay, but it still never decays your MMR. Either that or he's duo. But I think it's just that he got decayed down to Gold. And just had, like, had been playing something else for months. And now it's the end of the season, and he's just like, alright, I want to try to make another run at Platinum. Or Diamond or something.
I'm just here for the party.
Splendid Nami.
"30 seconds until minions spawn."
I mean, I think in general Thresh is better, but Blitz is way easier to use and does more damage. Nice. Hey. Hey, sometimes people still got it. They come back in, you know, but a lot of times, I know at least my personal experience, but then seeing other people as well, if you haven't played in a while, you're going to be rusty. Now, if you're playing something else that's similar, mechanically, maybe if you're playing Dota or, I don't know, something like that, maybe.
As fun as you let it be.
But a lot of times your mechanics start, it depends on the level that you're playing at, too. But, like, the higher up you are, the more your mechanics will get rusty compared to everybody else. That's why challengers, I think you have to average, like, a game a day or something, or you start decaying.
Feel good. Let's kick some ass.
Nice. There you go, Dave. A classic WoW would have been fun, but there's absolutely no way I would have had time for that. I don't have time for what I'm doing right now.
I'm offended by how little attention you do.
Okay, Lee's still topside. They really aren't pressuring us that hard yet. I mean, Nami's trying to land some bubbles, but she's really not using her W to pressure. I thought he was coming over the wall. There's a blast plant there. Wait, how is he level 3? What? He's down on his bot lane and levels? Likely have this warded.
Magic.
Well, she would have missed that anyways. I didn't mean to get that second one. Lee could be coming down here. Yeah, I drank some of it. It's pretty good. It's a bit stronger than usual. I feel like it had less cream or something in it.
The universe loves me.
Yeah, druids can be pretty fun. Their itemization is just really wonky, and they don't have like a unique identity in Classic. You know, in like retail and some of the later iterations, they're like the kings of dots or hots rather. Disagree.
I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to scout around.
Say.
If it don't get out of control, it ain't a party.
Say.
The world's a big place. I don't want to miss any of it.
We're still ahead in CS. We're actually up items. We might be able to kill him. Like if we had a jungler that comes down here, and when he gets to 6, oof, he's gonna die to that Lee.
Should I be?
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe Irelia gets him back. Okay. At least they got an assist. As long as Irelia doesn't die to Vayne, they got a kill plus an assist. want, dude. I went in. She flashed.
I dance so fine I kill.
I've heard that priests actually have some of the best leveling for a healer. Because they don't like have to stop and drink.
They're scared of darkness. They're scared of magic. They are scared of where
And that they have some of the best farming also once whatever the tree place releases. DM, Dire Maul. They can like farm some like little trees or something in there to get good.
I don't want a world that's
Hey, what's up, sir?
Enemy killing spree.
Pretty much every lane's losing. We're actually winning bottom, but
A summoner has disconnected.
we have two people that just don't play League anymore. Like, I probably should have just dodged. Like, for some reason, they're in my games because their MMR hasn't decayed. Yeah, this Rengar is like 32% and hasn't played. I mean, it's totally possible dude actually just got boosted to like Diamond or something last season and then just hasn't played since then. And now he decided he wants to play. So he's still getting matched. So he's lost some games, so his MMR is falling, but he's still getting matched in high plat. I mean, it's what it feels like to me. It just feels like there's no way this guy was like legit in this elo. I mean, maybe, like I said, maybe he's just really rusty, because maybe he got there legit and then he just hasn't played all season. It's possible. But then the Katarina was the same way. Like, her name's Katarina, but she also had like she'd only played 6 games in the last month. It was like a bunch of Fortniters. Jinx was typing to somebody. I know she pinged me a couple of times. She may have said something to Kat. Like, hey, you're terrible, and then Kat just AFK'd. I assume it was probably something like that. Alright. Yeah, it was a rough sequence there. So I thought they were going to go, like, more all in on that. I guess I didn't have to R immediately. Yeah, I just kind of got fake there.
Magic is like fire. For us, it is water.
And Jinx is really uneven, too. Like, sometimes she goes in for fights, and then she just doesn't fully commit to it.
I will walk in.
Hey, that's cool, Dave.
They will.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It would be fun to kind of meet up with some of the old school people. I didn't know a lot of people in Vanilla, but I knew some people like my guild in Burning Crusade. It'd be fun to catch up with some of those guys. I didn't know a lot of the personal stuff they had going on, but remember my arena partner was some like 14-year-old kid that went to high school in Arizona. I think I was like 24 at the time.
I think Zaya told me to improvise. At least
Burning Crusade was around. We're all just AFK, is that what it is? Jinx is just running around the base. Okay, our Rengar's AFK too. I guess we just surrender and go to next. I should have just dodged this. I mean, I knew it. The writing on the wall was that the Rengar and the Cat were going to be terrible. And the Irelia was only 50% on Irelia. The Jinx, I believe this is their 3rd game as Jinx, so... Like, the champs themselves are okay, but the experience matters a lot. We just don't have enough horsepower to challenge this Draven in lane through Nami. just hit that. Yeah, I think we gotta go for it. Well, remember I have chat muted, so I assume, and I know Jinx has been talking to somebody because she'll just like randomly pause. Now maybe she's talking to me, I don't know. But maybe she said something to the cat. Like, you're terrible, just quit the game, and Cat's like, okay. I mean, Cat doesn't seem that committed to the game anyways, because she just hasn't played in a long time. And that's something that you risk too when you join a game with casuals, is that like, they just don't care. So, I mean, if she doesn't care, if she gets banned, she just go AFK and go back to playing Fortnite or something. Nice, congrats, Dave. What's up, Silk Frog? Someone's like, hey man, I got some DVDs. You bought them at a gas station? It reminds me of like back in the early 2000s or late 90s, there was a guy that was like selling some DVDs outside of Burger King or something near the card shop that I went to. Oh yeah, we'll report her. Wait, why is this guy showing up as red? Is everybody red? I thought our team was green, chat. Maybe they changed that, I don't know. I know, it's just annoying, I think, which is why I just stopped. I mean, yeah, it's like we do, you know, we do run into some interesting stuff sometimes when we, like, allow the chat to be read. But I think it just kind of gets, like, just all the negativity, even though I try my hardest not to be negative as much as possible, like, just constantly having people be negative, you know, throughout the game, it does wear on you after a while. It's hard not to when you're just going through like 5 hours that stuff every day. Sadie, chill. Find your chill place. Alright, I'm gonna mute this real quick and listen to this voicemail real quick from my mom. Sorry about that. No, it's actually from my buddy who was recommending a mechanic for us. I thought it was my mom for some reason. My mom called but didn't leave a message. I mean, I guess it's just Rakan, right? I can't do Soraka into Jarvan. I don't want to do Janna into Lulu. I mean, Sona could... nah. I mean, I want to... Like, Sona'd be alright here, or Nami, but... I just want someone who can get out of the Jarvan ult, and who can also get on Misfortune. So we'll see. We might be able to get another Enchanter in here in a second. Let's see. Kind of surprised. Got Pike 2 games. Yeah, Pike does get banned probably like 40% of the time. No, nothing has really changed about Pike. He's still pretty good. People are playing a few more tanks these days. Not all the time, but I would say there's definitely like 20 or 30% of the games have tanks now instead of like 5%. So Mundo's really popular. You're seeing some like Poppies and Scions and stuff creep up top lane. So there are like a few less targets than usual. But other than that, I think people are just okay, I didn't get my skin switch. I was trying to switch the skin over, but thanks everybody for coming out too. Looks like we're over the 100-person mark, which is good. It's nice to see those triple digits again. Nah, I'm not playing Morg. The only time I would pick Morg is if they do have like a Leona or a Nautilus or a Thresh, I might go Morg, but they didn't buff Poppy, no. Just sometimes people play her. I think she's probably one of the better tanks top lane into certain matchups. I still don't think she's that amazing, but she's a tank you maybe could see at Worlds into things like Irelia or Aatrox, like.
This looks like another dangerous situation.
And with Trinity Force, like, she can put out like some okay damage for a tank. Hey, thanks Caroline, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah, sometimes people just don't ban him. I've been seeing a lot less of him in games. I mean, Caitlyn is much more popular. They have buffed Caitlyn some. I think she's got an okay matchup into him early. Like the traps make it difficult for him to go in, and then she's got net. You've never seen a Poppy top? I mean, she's not super common these days. I'll give you that.
Try
But
and test me?
she has her, yeah, 3 CCs, but they're all kind of conditional. Like, they all do sort of different stuff. You got to use them correctly. But yeah, she's, with her buckler, she can kind of trade against other melees. She has, like, some decent percentage damage as well against other tanks top.
Boom.
With her Q, which is pretty spammable, so.
I got freedom. I got a live. I got a cause. That's who I am.
What I would like to see him do, honestly, is like lower the mana on like Kate's net so that she could do that more.
An enemy has been slain.
Oof, Teemo roamed down.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Dang, it's getting clowny up there. Oh, what? Rito, you trolling. Lulu, I mean, Lulu does have a pretty good laning phase, so like it's kind of hard to go into her. Ooh, that helps. Okay, nice. That was a great combo by Caitlyn there. We might be able to make a play. I need mana though. I can get that coin. Okay. Now I need 170 for a full combo, but I can get a little mini combo. I didn't have my shield. It's a little slow on that shield. It's like, dude, we were pushed in and Caitlyn has like 1 HP. I have no mana.
Burn this place, then help them build it back up, so I can burn it again.
Wow. Yeah, I probably should have pinged him back. Alright, yeah, it's probably pretty dangerous if Jarvan's still there for some reason. I just can't ever say anything nice.
The humans call it battle. It's just a dance.
I'm like, wow, this Kate's doing really well. Nets right into the enemy. Was she? I think if she netted immediately in the appropriate direction when Miss Fortune flashed, I think she was gonna live.
I need some fun. Now.
An ally has been slain.
I mean, she's not that fast. She's got 1 kill. I don't think she's on dragon.
They've never seen anything like her. I'll just put that there.
Why did people stop playing Lulu? She basically has 2 abilities, and she's just not as strong as other enchanters in most situations. Like, she's really best in a meta that's defined by like a bunch of the on-hit champs, and most of those champs got nerfed. The exception of Zaya, or Kaisa, I mean. Yeah, like she's best with like Kog'Maw and things like Kog'Maw and Twitch, and you're just not seeing them as much. Her ratios are just really low too. Like she just doesn't have as much power in general as a lot of the other enchanters. It doesn't mean she can't win. She definitely can, but that's just why you don't see her as much. Corki stayed middle. They really, I mean, they both turned around and ran right back in. So that definitely faked me out. I mean, I've tried to play Lulu a lot, like this earlier on in the season. I think she's still like my 4th most played champion. I went through a Lulu phase, but I think my win rate was like 46% on her or something after like 100 games. Like, it feels like you're doing stuff and like it's powerful, but it's just not as much as you could be doing with other champs. Like, Polymorph is really good, but like, all of your good abilities are basically stacked on your W, and you have your ult, which is pretty good too, but... Alright, I don't think we can fight him.
Killing spree.
They ain't seen moves like mine. Totally get it.
What the hell is that? What?
Humans will never understand our kind until they hear the song.
Jarvan's probably down here too. Yeah. Oof, that Guardian proc. Corky's probably coming in. Dude, don't take that. What?
I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how amazing my cloak is. I mean, seriously. Rude.
I guess it worked out.
Name one genius that ain't crazy. Our magic is a fury.
An enemy
It is
has
a
been
song
slain.
you cannot resist. Sleep.
I knocked him up, but he got to finish his flag and drag. Okay, come on. Lee really needed a flank. I don't know why he's just sitting, like, just run around, dude. It's like that was way too long.
They can catch me.
Alright, well, I guess we get a dragon out of it, hopefully. try and get the most out of the sweeper there.
I dance so fine I kill.
Yeah, we got a couple of drakes, which is nice. Okay, we might be able to kill him now.
I'm so fine I gotta kiss myself.
Doesn't even crack my shield now. Ooh, that was almost dangerous. I forgot I pulled the thing over there. She probably still has her summoner heal, which is why I'm not going in. I'm pretty sure she does. I have to thin this out a little bit.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, his heal's not that good, but he has, like, the best shield in the game. One of them.
It don't take a lot of words.
Like, if you get points into it, I don't have it maxed. I'm going for the W first. It's for the extra mobility. Extra CC, damage, all that stuff. Yeah, it's probably a good thing I didn't jump onto him.
I don't do. Long ago,
I'm dead. I got baited. You're baited.
Humans talk about their treaties. We talk about their.
Yeah, Kate maybe should have stayed by. I don't know. I think going middle is probably what she needed to do, because they were just going to take middle so easily. I knew they were all going to collapse on her, and I didn't have any way to get back out. I guess maybe because I used my flash to go in.
Turn in, turn on, drop out.
J4's bot.
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, they're going to get that dragon, so we just got to try to push this in. About 99% sure they're... Well, are they not? Misfortune didn't go down there. Oh, we got it.
look good. I feel good. Let's kick some ass.
Probably just go for Athene's here. Some magic resist to help out with the Teemo shrooms would be nice.
I'm G to the D. Golden diamond, boy. Woo!
A lot of kind of splitting going on, so... I mean, Redemption is very good, though. We'll get Redemption eventually, but...
The world's a big place. Don't want to miss any of it. Fight on.
Gonna try it? No one secured Jarvan.
Double kill.
Well, I guess we got the Baron off of Mosa. Yeah, you gotta stop Jarvan. I tried to walk over here, but Baron kept slowing me down, so I couldn't get to the proper angle. I guess I could have just warded over this wall and just stood here. Yeah, he just blind ran in and took it from the Lee. Like, they knew we were doing it, but they didn't have any eyes on the counter.
They're scared of darkness. They're scared of
Lee's up
magic.
2 levels, and he has an execute because he's Lee Sin, and he's up 9 kills. Jarvan literally only has Warrior plus Phage, and took it. But, I mean, that's a possibility. Well, you can do it, you just have to zone the Jarvan out. Like, I was the only one looking to zone him.
I don't need to understand the plan.
Like, Caitlyn should have put traps over the wall. I was trying to W, but I was like the only one. I was having to move back and forth, and I was getting slowed by the Baron. I think he threw out a bunch of, like, ooze or something. Like, right when I was trying to do that. Like I said, I maybe could have positioned a little bit better, but nobody was zoning. Like, Caitlyn should have had traps out there near the wall. You know, Irelia should have thrown a stun out there.
That's their problem.
Like, you can do the Baron, you just have to contain the enemy jungler. I thought it was a little on the risky side, but we did have one of them dead. If we just zoned Jarvan, we would have had it. Well, we killed somebody, I guess. I think we're still in a pretty good place this game. That was just unfortunate. Gave them a little more chance. Yeah, we gotta respect that Corki.
Ain't nothing I say should be taken seriously. That's why it's the truth.
Wow, shouldn't have an Infinity Edge yet? What? Sweetheart, that's gotta be the first or the second item now. Come on.
I dance because I'm free.
Unstoppable.
I done goofed it.
Let's see what these animals can do. I don't want to miss the start of the party. If it don't get out of control, it ain't a party. Magic is supposed to be scary. Love is supposed to hurt. Ecstasy needs a little fear.
Dude. I've only got one ward left, but
Dig.
that's how you properly get a Baron. Strong accent voice. Hi, bud. You lost, boy. God.
I'm offended by how little attention I was given.
Is you lost, boy. I can't do like a... I don't know what a redneck, like, British accent would sound like. I don't even know which region would be considered. Like, isn't it like the northern region is considered to have, like, the really strong accent? Forgot what they call that accent. But, like, around, like, York or something. No, we couldn't have ended. We didn't have a wave. They had both towers up. We didn't have a wave. They still had 2 people to wave clear. I think the southern accent is supposed to be the proper one in England, right? Like the London type of accent. It's like the opposite of here, basically. In terms of geography, accents, and like assumptions about those accents. Just depends on whichever place is more is more urban. I think is what it comes down to. Or there's more like business and rich people. Because that actually could be quite bad. Yeah, they're going to engage on us now. Why would we walk through that? It's so dumb.
You have been slain. Shut down.
Oh, Teemo shrooms. It's like, hey, let's walk right in front of this wall where Teemo's probably been lacing up a lot of shrooms. Instead of following where the guy that's been having some good shot calling is telling us to go. Like, what's even the point of going that way? I guess to try to get top. You just need to get the free dragon and back, though. That lizard ain't harmless. The shrooms. Teemo got us going. Too psychedelic here. Actually has a pretty good build for Teemo. Sort of. I think Void Staff right there would probably be better. I don't know. The attack speed Teemo. I just think that you just go like all in on the damage on Teemo's mushrooms.
Our people are bleeding. My lady's gonna heal.
Is it, oh, Cockney, is that the accent? I don't know.
I need to see if people can see how awesome I am.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon.
I'm gonna show people some of this for
Oh, he was doing like the slow-mo fake out with Lee. Yeah, I mean,
I need my love
pretty
to
much.
hurt.
Yeah, I mean, the shrooms matter. Auto attacks don't matter that much. I mean, like, if you're sneaking up on people, like, his on-hit damage with his E is so low, like, you do get some, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, I think a Luden's there instead of a Nashor's would be so much better. You get the 20% CDR, the AP, and whenever they step on a shroom, it triggers the Luden's passive.
I totally forgot why I'm here.
No. Don't throw. Just come over here and get this. Didn't he? Oh lord.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, Rise didn't get the memo that Lee was back in there. This is twice, though, that Rise has Hourglass, done something crazy, and then Hourglass, and I'm able to R and then E into it to save the day.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning.
Got him. Yeah, the double pin would be good, too. It's always good. It's always good. Poor working class London. Hashtag grinder message retracted. I like it. Alright, let me grab my drink real quick. I'll put us back in queue. I'm gonna try to refill my drink. Try to get my drink on. Alright, I'm gonna mute this just real quick and call my buddy back, and then I'll be right here. I mean, the honor really doesn't matter that much, let's be honest. Okay, be back in just a second.
Let's dance.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to call my buddy back there. Give a time-sensitive message, so hopefully these chips aren't too loud. I think this mic's not as loud. Like when I chew on stuff, it's not as loud as the headset mic was. That's true. Drop a like if you're not completely hating the stream. This guy's 24 and 97% win rate. Oh no, someone lost. Dang it. I had the Smurfs on my team. I wanted to win the game and then report the racist. It would have been a double win. What? Drop on grinder. I'm just looking for some extra credit opportunities, you know what I mean? Just saw a video on YouTube where a guy said terrorism was unknown 100 years ago. I actually had a class on terrorism. Believe it or not, in grad school, it was like 20th century American literature, or 21st century American literature and terrorism. I don't know. I'm not an expert in that field of like how stuff gets classified, but I think one of the big things that I remember from that class, some of the theorists talking about, were that they were trying to say that terrorism does not have an explicit objective or like an explicit sort of organization and game plan. Like it's often sort of decentralized, and the ultimate goal is just to disrupt and cause terror, basically. And they were saying that that was different from other kinds of political crime that used guerrilla style tactics and kind of dirty tricks and stuff, but that was actually trying to get some sort of like legitimate change, like trying to and I'm not saying I fully agree with this. This is just what people say when they say that stuff like, because obviously people have been using dirty tricks, attacking civilians, doing like, you know, really evil crap to each other since the beginning of civilization. But they were saying the difference here is that it's not like a formal war, and it doesn't have like a straightforward objective. It was just to try to create chaos in a society and like a perpetual sense of hostility. No, I don't give extra credit for Grindr. But yeah, sometimes there's a lot of gray area. I think there have been sort of anarchist, probably terrorist elements in the past. It's just, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But that's sort of where a lot of people were drawing the line. Is it's like, okay, is it trying to achieve like an actionable purpose, or do they think they're trying to get a purpose? I'm not even sure if it matters. Like, who cares if they have a purpose or not? But anyways,
Feel the thorns embrace.
yeah, like I said, I'm not sure I agree with that. That's just how I heard it classified. It's an interesting theory, but I'm actually going to try like I'm going to go with the ultimate build here. Actually, no, coup de grace. Yeah, it's been a while since I had that class, and I disagree with a lot of that critical theory stuff too. Like, it's interesting, but I think sometimes they're just really trying to do a bunch of mental gymnastics and come up with their own sort of coded language in order to get stuff published, honestly. I mean, it's interesting trying to dive into the psychology and really try to find differences in it, but sometimes I think stuff is just deliberately arcane, just to try to be different. Yeah, I think it's not, like, I understand, it's not doing, like, secret stuff, like trying to assassinate people. It is, like, a decentralized group of people trying to spread chaos in a society without a clear objective. Although you would argue that, like, the Taliban and people like that have an objective. It's the, like, downfall of Western society and the implementation of, like, a worldwide Islamic state. Like, that's a purpose. So, like, it's not, like, something that's reasonable. But I feel like they think they do have a purpose. Like, I don't think it's just like they're just randomly killing people. And obviously, those aren't the only instances of terrorism in the world, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't really agree with that definition as much. I think it's reaching, but it's not designed to be like secret statecraft. It's designed to be like the motivation behind the violence, I think, is what I get out of it. But that's just what I remember from that class. And I hadn't, you know, like I said, I haven't had a class like that in a long time. And I don't read that, like, 21st century political thriller type of stuff that often.
Wait until my seeds take root.
I mean, we get too political as usual on here, but obviously I don't agree with a lot of what goes on in the Middle East, but at the same time, so I don't agree with it, but I understand why they would be hostile as well. Like, we basically used them as a pawn in the Cold War and tried to, like, assassinate a leader that they really liked and install a puppet so that we would have a political foothold there and communism wouldn't spread anymore. Like, that's it. I mean, it'd be like if, like, some foreign power came in and, like, assassinated our president and installed a puppet, and then just, like, made all of these demands about how we were allowed to, like, run our country and stuff like that. So, once again, I don't condone terrorism. I don't condone everything that's going on over there, but at the same time, I can understand why they would be mad. So I don't think it's completely unreasonable why they're a little miffed about what was going on over there.
Just a harmless flower.
Oh my god, for real? I was hoping a plant would pop up in time. It was a little bit late. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, US has done a lot of things. Now, whether or not we needed to do that in the Cold War, that's another, you know, it's really complicated. It's really easy to critique, you know, the US and a lot of the diplomacy we did from, like, the 50s to the 80s. But at the same time, like, you know, communism was a very real thing that people were very, very scared of back then. Had lots of dire consequences, so that they're just doing what they think was gonna help at the time, you know. And yeah, you know, there were no innocent bystanders in all of this. No, it was a dirty game, man. It still is for like 30 years. So I understand all sides of it, but at least I try to. But yeah, the main place where that conversation was coming from was just trying to define terrorism and things like that. And I agree. It's like people that say capitalism didn't start until like the 17th century or something, or like the 18th century. I think is when people usually start it, like during the Enlightenment and like rapid increase in sort of industrialization and trade. But obviously people were bargaining for wares and going for the lowest prices, and there were market pressures that were dictating the prices of things for a long time. So most elements of capitalism, I think, were around. They just call it mercantile capitalism when it was earlier than that. But it's like, said a lot of this stuff really kind of splits hairs with how it's defining things and certain movements and trying to make it very expedient.
Such a busy world.
Like, theoretically and intellectually expedient for their theories. No, don't. Oh, you've been playing Ash all? You've been building Halo Blades? Yeah, don't play that on Ash. This person's not doing it right either. Like, people need to be going Comet with Essence Reaver. That's what I think. That gives you the most early game pressure. And that gives you the fastest 40% CDR. I mean, you can do lethality, but it's just like that doesn't really matter until later, I don't think. I'd just rather have early game. Like, Ashe already has a pretty good late game with her ult.
The forest holds many surprises.
And just in general, on most champions, attack speed is one of the weakest stats early game because most fights don't have a lot of auto attacks. Like, it's just abilities do a lot of damage and the fight's over really quickly. The auto attacks really don't come in until later against, like, tanks. And there still are not a ton of tanks, so I don't know. It's not like daggers are terrible, but just longswords are way better early game. Exception being something like Vayne, who just doesn't have any abilities that do damage. Like, she's all auto attack based, so she's kind of screwed early game either way. And she has a really powerful on hit. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. Are they coming down? I'm just pushing so I can go help volley if I need to. Alright, he's got it. I just want to make sure they couldn't rotate, and then if their jungler rotated, I could rotate and maybe kill him. Massacring these guys. I haven't seen that emote before. That was pretty cool looking.
An enemy has been slain.
Damn. Almost. I couldn't flash it quite fast enough. Nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go for this, I think. I'm way too slow on that. I couldn't decide what I wanted.
Killing spree.
I don't know. Lethal's better than Fleet. Lethal's better than Fleet, but I still don't like Lethal. I think it's just too slow. I'd rather have early game pressure. Because her Comet, like, the spam of that W in the Comet is pretty freaking nice. Dang, that is fast. My ult's already back. Loving it. I mean, that's a thing with a lot of the top-end champs bottom, is they just do a lot of base damage, and they, like, scale really heavily off of BF swords. Most of the strong ones. Thinking of, like, Xayah, Draven. I mean, even Caitlyn, a lot of people consider her strong right now. Jinx. If I can even get them under tower, I'm pretty sure we just light them up. get one more plant here.
Just wait.
Let me get a
Wait
sleeper here.
until my seeds take root.
Killing spree. Shut down. Enemy double kill.
Thresh pissed or something? Probably.
Has been slain.
Forest holds many surprises.
Yeah, I would rather have the poke on Ashe, but I mean, the lethal is a more common build. I think especially if you're gonna go essence first, like you just get so much more scaling off of that poke, but it's not like it's wrong. I just would rather have more power early.
Things aren't always what they seem.
Really? The fuck? They have that warded? Gosh, alright, well, they caught me off guard. Okay, I guess they had that warded. I should have used my control ward. I legit didn't think they had that warded. Okay.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Venture off the beaten path.
Hey, what's up, Ruben? What up, Rube? No. Are people talking about lethality? No one builds lethality on Ashe. I'm sure Lev builds crit.
So much.
Probably. I mean, maybe she builds Blade the Rune King. I don't know. But definitely not lethality on Ashe. Yeah, if I'd spawned range plants, I still don't think it would have killed enough, but maybe.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I am definitely digging these new runes, man. There's a huge difference in getting like so many Zyra ults off and just being up all the time. I'm so tempted to try something like this on Rakan.
Such a busy
He's pretty strong. Alright, he's got a null magic. I think we gotta go for a, something here. Well, something.
closer.
Wait, I had, okay. When y'all were saying lethal, I thought you were saying lethality.
Just a hum.
You're saying lethal ash. You mean lethal tempo ash. Okay. I thought y'all were saying like Ghostblade ash for a second there. No, I mean, the lethal tempo ash is not bad. It's just like, it's a lot more team fight, like utility team fight oriented, rather than like crit ash is a lot better, like upfront burst damage, better against assassins and things like that. Better in the early game. If you have a lot of poke, you know, getting the components of Bork can be alright early, but
My prey thinks itself clever.
whoa, what? I'm gonna be too slow over there, and I was kind of low also, so I'm just gonna pressure this. No! I saw the Ezreal, it was too late though. I always take Ghostblade on Ashe, on Scar. I like it.
Such a busy world.
Well, people just kept shorthanding it for lethal. I'm used to thinking of it as like tempo. When people say lethal, I'm just automatically thinking lethality. But I don't know, I just wasn't thinking. Because, who was that? That was Grey Graves that kept talking about, like, lethality Jinx and lethality Ashe, and I thought maybe we were talking about that again. I mean, it's hard, because I get to basically look at the chat, like, once every couple of minutes for 5 seconds or something, you know? Unless we're just completely bulldozing the game.
Come closer.
I think we might see some Ashe Zyra at Worlds, honestly. I would not be surprised, especially after the nerfs to, like, Tom. nice hit. Bears got him. Nice. All about them bears.
Your team has destroyed a
Grrr.
So much more to
Your
see.
team has destroyed an inhibitor.
I think those are different kinds of bears.
Just a harmless flower.
Neat. No need to rework volley. I mean, honestly, I don't think they need to rework him. Just tweak, just like make his roar or whatever. I think honestly, for most champions, especially to combat the mobility creep, is just like lower the cooldown on their on like their stuff, their CC. Like some of these champs, like the 1 point abilities should only be like, I don't know, 16 seconds at most. Like Volley's Roar or whatever, Majestic Roar should be like a 12-second cooldown, I think, at level 1. Let's go get that. It's just easier. They're not going to fight us for that, I don't think. They might. I mean, if they want to, we just kill them. I'm gonna have to compare. I think Comet does way more damage than Dark Harvest. I just wanted, like, all of the ultimates. Maybe Electrocute might be better to try. I don't know. Game's not over yet. Dark Harvest scales well later on into the game. But I've refunded 82 seconds on my ults. That's like an extra ult that I've had so far. Come on, while we got tempo. I should have hard Zyra. Hey, I wouldn't mind being stuck between them.
Don't tell my wife.
Actually, Zyra, I don't know about Zyra, man. I'm not sure if it's worth dying. Okay, he flashed. Oh god.
Your team has destroyed. Killing spree.
She knows. You're right. It was her idea. She's like, hey, we met this nice couple that were dressed up as Ash and Zyra on Grinder. I don't know what kind of... There's probably a site like that. I don't know. Couples looking to do a little group work for extra credit. I don't know what that site would be called though. Is it Christian Mingle? God. All right. Ash is doing all right. We'll hook Ash up with it. Dude, there's no way this Thresh has 8,000. Like, you couldn't even physically play 8,000 games so far this season. There's no way. I think like, if you're extremely hardcore, maybe by this point in the season you've got over 2,000. I've had over 2,000 before, back when I used to stream every day for like 5 or 6 hours. I've cut it back to 4, so I've probably got like 1,500 or 1,600 games. But, you know, there's no, like, you can't even get 8,000 games. You'd have to average, how many, it's probably been like 300, no, there's not even 300 days this year. We've probably had like 200 days this year. And you'd have to play 40 games a day to get to 8,000. 40 games a day. A swingers club, yeah. That's what I was getting at. Lev understands. How many games does Thresh have? He's got 80 games. What? I'm trying to say this dude has a lot of games. I don't even think you're starting to get into like a lot of games territory unless you've played like over 1,000 in a season. I mean, I've played, what, 1,300. It's a lot of games, but, you know, I'm a streamer. I play, like, 5 games a day, probably. 5 or 6 games a day. Now, I think Comet is still the standard for Zyra. I was just trying this out. A lot of people really talk down on, like, Ulti Hunter. They say it's a trap. And not a good one. 80's pretty close to 8,000. Yeah, just take off a couple of zeros and you got it. I just wanted Ulti Hunter plus Presence of Mind. I could definitely feel it. There were a lot of ults going on in there. Now, I've tried Electrocute. I feel like Electrocute... I mean, the thing is, you also get Scorch and Absolute Focus, like, you get a lot of good stuff out of the sorcery. Like, you get a lot more poke early game. You just don't have, like, your ults just aren't as fast, but I could do Taste of Blood, Ulti Hunter, or I could do Presence of Mind, Coup de Grace. I just want to build where I can get both of those, dang it, because ults are, I mean, ults are just fun, you know, and powerful. We're getting rid of Nautilus. They can have more if they want. Control. Oh, get controlled plays 8 hours per day. Oh, is that a different streamer? 2,800 games. Yeah. That's probably about right. What's a few zeros between friends? Hey, lots of friendships have come and gone over, depending on which zero it is. A friend owes you 6 zeros, and you only pay him 5. It might cause some friction. Well, the problem is Electrocute, that's not how she trades in lane. You know, you don't all in with your E unless you're pretty sure you're going to kill him. And, like, especially in the early levels, you're just trading with your Qs. So, like, Comet and Dark Harvest are just going to be better for that. And Scorch. But, I mean, the all-ins on Electrocute later are pretty nice. I mean, if you hit your E every time and you spam it, like, non-stop on them, it depends on the lane. I mean, if they're not going to be able to punish you if you miss your E, if you're against, like, a Soraka or something, then maybe you could try it. But... I mean, yeah, but you don't really need Electrocute to kill them most. Like you saw in that game, a lot of times if I caught someone isolated, they were dead. You owe someone 2 zeros, and you pay a 0. If a friend owes you, you don't pay them. What do you mean? You mean they don't pay you? So basically don't lend friends money? Only give money? Is that what you're saying? I mean, that's a pretty good policy if that's what you're saying, but... I'll try Zyra again. That was pretty good. They don't have a lot of assassins over there. Zyra and a Jin's kind of annoying, though. I forgot to even play around Ghost Poro for most of that game. Totally forgot I even had it. I'm gonna try it again. I don't know how much Comet usually puts up in terms of damage. It's probably more than Dark Harvest, but the ceiling on Dark Harvest is much higher. We have all AD again. Well, I guess we have Echo mid, but... Wait, who's 13 hours a day playing League? Oh, 8,000 games. I think, I mean, yeah, you'd have to play, it was 40 hours, or 40 games a day, close to that. Maybe 35. I was estimating 200 days in the year. There's been 270. Yeah, maybe you could play 35 games a day. It's almost impossible. I mean, even, like, because you gotta remember, there's time between games. Like, it's not, like, even if you finish the game in 30 minutes, it's gonna take you probably another 10 minutes to get match made, and to go through champion select and the load screen and all of that all over again. It takes like 10 minutes to do that, so you'd have to end every game at like 20 minutes. End every game at 20 minutes and play for like 16 hours a day in order to get like 32 games in a day. I mean, it's just not happening. Most I've ever played in a season was like 2,700. And that was like, I think I was averaging like 5 or 6 hours a day. I think it was like 2017. Oh, okay. If a friend owes you and you don't pay them, it could be a problem. And what were you saying? But you were saying if a friend owes you, you don't pay them. See, what that sounds to me like a reciprocity thing. Like if someone owes you money, then you don't pay them the money you owe them.
Minions have spawned.
That's why I didn't... It looked like a non sequitur to me, but maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Yeah, I mean, you could FF15, I guess. You'd get banned before you got to 8,000 games, though, if you did that. I would hope. If you're just, like, running it down and FFing at 15 constantly, you'd probably be banned within 20 games, I would think.
Wait until my seeds take root.
Okay, I need to actually try to play around this Ghost Poro a little better. I'm putting it there so that it gets spotted. I think Jhin is very scary. Like, Jhin is definitely a champion. Like, one of the ones I do not want to see. at least could be coming down. I don't think so, though. I think she's probably top side. Holy shit, really?
Enemy double kill.
Damn it. I should have had potions ticking immediately, probably.
Such a busy world.
I didn't think it was gonna get me. I guess that extra 100 range added up right there. He lives on the rift. I mean, if you're a streamer, you could do it. If you like Tyler 1, I don't think he streams for that long, but I think there have been times where he streamed double digits for sure. Damn, that was brutal. Classic hook under tower. I didn't think I was close enough for that.
An ally has been slain.
I took a lot of minion damage trying to help out with that.
Come closer.
Caitlin's doing alright. I think they should lower the cooldown on it to 30 seconds. On it, 45 feels like a long time on Dark Harvest.
Forest holds many surprises.
They really wanted it to be an all, or they need to make the souls worth more for all-in burst, but I don't know. Obviously, there was huge balancing problems with Dark Harvest. But God, the range on that shit. I gotta get used to that. So far. Like with Rakan, it doesn't matter because he's never gonna hit me, but like with champions like Zyra, it definitely does matter.
A promising garden.
Really, like the thing about Jhin that's most obnoxious is that W stun is like almost 2 seconds now at level 1, and I think that just feels wrong.
Just a harmless flower.
It's like, isn't it 1.75 seconds? They gave it like an extra half a second.
Headshot. Venture off the beaten path.
Yeah.
An ally has been slain.
Boom. Headshot.
I was hoping he'd step up a little bit more. Pretty sure it's warded. We're all dead.
Ally has been slain.
So much more to see.
Cast range buff on Zyra's ult would be amazing. I give Zyra 100 range on her ult. What the actual fuck? Okay, I got him. Dude, the range on that shit. Definitely taking a little getting used to.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy rampage.
I feel like Jen is definitely one of the scariest ADCs out there right now. I felt that for a couple of patches. I hate going against Jen. So not only does he do huge damage, the only ADC I probably hate going against more than Jen is Draven. But it's just that freaking stun, or the root, or whatever. It's so long. Well, I can block the hook with plants. I'll play it correctly, but now he throws it from so far away.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, we're pushing.
Double kill.
I'm gonna see if I can get this scuttle. She's probably typing something like, "Don't touch the wave, you idiot!" Oh shit! Damn it! Didn't mean to actually activate that thing. Is Caitlyn still typing? No! Are you fucking kidding me? Really? They had that warded? Man, I just can't catch a break this game. When did they ward that?
Such a busy world. Take care of yourself.
Killing.
Dude, they are gonna delete me. I can't take a hook from him.
Come closer.
Ally has been slain.
The forest holds many surprises.
An ally has been slain.
Caitlyn wasn't so busy talking. I assume every time she stands still, she's typing something to me. If she was actually paying attention, I'm pretty sure we would have killed him there. She didn't even ult. Yeah, I was about to say, he's gonna W for sure. Stop this back.
Come closer.
Well, now we're gonna lose priority on Dragon because Caitlyn didn't get a good back.
Wait until my seeds
Hopefully they don't go look.
Shut down.
Okay, nice. I mean, I don't think Blitz is OP or anything. Like, I just need to get used to that new range. Like, places where I thought I was safe, I'm not safe anymore, so. I thought I saw at least, what is that? Is it a trap? Okay.
Rampage.
And we're hanging in there CS-wise. Yasuo is doing very well top. Graves doing pretty well. I mean, we got ourselves a game here. Got ourselves a game up here.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Such a busy world.
Shut down.
I mean, like, if I was Kate, I probably would have figured out this dude probably has me muted. If you say, like, 3 sassy comments and no one says anything back, they probably have you muted. Just FYI. I got 14 seconds on ult, or on Ignite. He's gonna try to ult me.
My friend thinks it's so clever.
Is Elise there? I didn't see her, but...
Venture off the beaten path.
If I get hooked, I'm dead. Oh, okay.
Boom. Headshot. Just a harmless flower. The forest holds many surprises.
Yeah, I think you could block a Kiana ult with a Trundle Pillar. Yeah. Or an Anivia wall or something like that. Takes some... I mean, it's pretty fast. It takes some pretty fancy stuff. And, like, no one can be near the pillar because it'll wrap around the pillar and still do a lot.
Killing spree. Ally has been slain.
forest holds many surprises.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Killing spree. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Nice.
Just a harmless flower.
Just a harmless flower.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Huh. Well, I mean, he just tries to run at people and land the hook. I mean, he's completely disrespecting, like, my damage potential. Like, it worked earlier because I wasn't, like, respecting his his engage range, but yeah, now I actually have damage and I'll just delete him.
An ally has been slain.
Graves has his ult, right? Like, why didn't he ult
Shut down.
somewhere in there? Maybe he just got it back. I don't know. Seems a little suspicious, but I just got mine. Maybe he just got his.
Promising garden.
Your
Guess that's
turret
totally
has been
possible.
destroyed.
Such a busy world.
Don't blink.
I just had one more stack of ulti hunter.
Death is indeed.
don't think I need to control word this. I'm 99% sure they don't have it worded. Not really anything I can buy here. Hate doing it, but I gotta sell that and get a blast wand. Blasting wand, I'm just never gonna be able to complete items without it. So I probably lost, I don't know, 100 gold off of that. Graves, sir, I'm not sure if you should be trying that, given what I just witnessed. They're on Baron for, well, maybe not. Now they're on Baron. Had to get one more just for safety. Really, they're not gonna do it?
Come closer. Take care. Promising garden.
I thought I'd be able to delete him. It's pretty close, but not quite.
Wait until my seeds take root. The forest holds many surprises.
Your team has destroyed.
Nice. What's up, Silk Frog? Alright, man. Dark Harb's doing a lot of damage this game. Got 1,500 this game. I remember when Dark Harvest used to get like 3,000 or 4,000 in a game. It was OP as hell. What's up, Arcane? Good to see you, buddy. It's been a little minute. Let him get that. Let him get that. Everyone's like, hold up, guys. Gotta get red real quick. There's 3 bot. Chasing the Yasuo. It was a good job of him to get out of that. Did he have to flash or anything? No? He just walked out? Okay. How the hell did it get that? Maybe didn't need to hold that. Get him, Caitlyn? Guten Tag. What's up, Daniel?
Such a busy one.
Guten Tag. Gluten. Is that like that gluten? Is that stuff my baby mama's always talking about? Says it's the devil? That gluten-free stuff?
Took your life from them.
They got him. They done shook him. Then shook him up. Hey, thanks, Daniel. It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I think I don't remember what our record is. I think we're like 3-1 or something. Got a bit of a late start. You've done it. Or they died. I thought everyone was alive. Yeah, there's a lot of death in that game. Where have we been going? Something of the... Yeah, I can't read that German. No, I don't know German. They actually, unfortunately, they actually tell us, at least at the one university I went to, they actually discourage you from learning an extra foreign language. Like I knew Spanish from high school. But yeah, usually you have to know a second one. I ended up taking some French classes, but I don't remember that much of it. It was just like reading French. But they were trying to get us to take like some gender studies stuff instead. Like I forgot what class it was. It was like some women's studies class. They're like, take these two. That's what most people do. I'm like, I want to take the French classes. I think that'd be cool. I get gender studies in every grad class that I take. I mean, Spanish is German was really good for the kind of scholarship that I wanted to do, 19th century. But a lot of I mean, I wouldn't even get to use the sources that I wanted to use. I was naive thinking, oh, I can dig up these really cool sources and find some original research. It's like, no, like, they want you to just check off the boxes that they think are important for the field. Just make sure that you're doing almost exactly what everyone else is doing with a very small wrinkle. And that's what they want. They don't want innovative thinking. That's a little much. Should I play one more? I don't know. We still have a good number of people. It's like 3 in the morning though. I think I was going to call it there. It was we're at about 4 hours. So sorry I got started a little bit late, but we did get our 4 hours in, and that's pretty good. I mean, that's a great stream right there. You know, we went 4 and 6, 2 Zyra games, a Soraka game, and 2 Rakan games. Played 3 different champions out of 6 games. That's pretty good. What do you learn there? You don't want to know. You don't want to know, Daniel. A bunch of like, I don't know. Some of it's okay, but it's like just a lot of it is just like very obscure terminology. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, some of it is very useful and interesting. It's just like when it's so much all the time, and it's just like it's kind of like falls under this larger umbrella of sort of critical thinking. Like that doesn't really affect my scholarship too much, but one thing that did kind of affect it was it's oftentimes sort of allied with post-colonial theory. Not always, but similarly, which is like it sounds after colonialism has ended. Like, and that's supposed to be, and this is an interesting field sometimes, like how do some of these countries sort of pick up the pieces where, you know, how do they find their identity again? You know, and it's like critiquing colonialism and looking at different kind of power dynamics, and most of that was led by Edward Said and Orientalism, which was his theory that basically said that, you know, a lot of people who were like commenting on these colonial spaces, he was particularly talking about the Middle East, but it gets applied to in a lot of different places, how they were sort of reading their interpretation of history onto these other people, which is kind of like duh, you know, but he was saying that it wasn't even like close to what was actually going on there. It wasn't even really attempting to be close. And so a lot of times, you know, in mine, they would be trying to apply this post-colonial theory to like some of the writings I was looking at from 1850s. I'm like, that's not like historically accurate at all, because it's not post-colonial. Like, it's gonna be colonial for another 100 years. And like trying to hold some of these older authors accountable for like ideas and theories that are completely like taken away from their context and that didn't exist at the time. Like a very common one that people would critique is Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. It's like everybody hates that book now, even though it's considered by a lot of people for a long time one of the best English language novels of the 20th century. You know, it's talking about, you know, Conrad, this character in the book, going to Africa and looking at the ivory trade, and just seeing all of this bad stuff. And like, you know, one of the things about it, like the Heart of Darkness is not Africa itself, it's the British Empire and like their exploitations in Africa and how it dehumanizes people. And like, that's a major theme of the novel. So it's critiquing colonialism, but people say that now, scholars say, well, he was a racist and he was a colonialist because he didn't give like equal voice to the African characters that he had. Like these, there were some, but there weren't many like mainstream African characters. And they're like, oh, they're just these people in the woods. I'm like, yeah, but he's trying to like save these people. Sadie, stop. You know, he's trying to raise awareness for how bad the conditions are there. And it was completely unreasonable at the time to have like an empathetic character from that area, and he just didn't, that wasn't what the novel was about. It was critiquing the empire, like the British Empire, not like a deep dive, like close look at how African cultures actually worked back then. They frankly probably didn't even know, because a lot of like the texts and stuff back then were so heavily sort of influenced by the colonial officials that were running it. I mean, there wasn't Google back then, so just assuming that like this author Joseph Conrad like can somehow magically tap into the psyche and like the culture of, you know, these places that are thousands of miles away, where he doesn't have any access to good information and he hasn't been there himself, really, like, I mean, what's he supposed to write? So they would say, well, don't write anything then if you can't write a full like fair treatment analysis of all this stuff. It's like, it's baby steps, man. Like, it's steps in the right direction. This was like 50 years before the end of colonialism, and probably like 70 years before people even really started caring to try to find a voice and, you know, better treatment for Africans and things like that. So, I don't know. You know, they critique it as, oh, it's terrible. He should have been like full on, had the same like knowledge and sensibilities that people have in the 1980s, you know, way back in 1901 and things like that. It's like he probably wouldn't have even been published if it was something like that. I don't know. Just my thing is like, it's just incredibly like hypocritical and unreasonable, a lot of the post-colonial theory, to read it back, you know, 100 years. And that's what I had to deal with a lot throughout my time in the department, is people like reading all of these things that we think about today and that we know about today, reading it back into the past in a way that I don't think is really fair. But anyways. Well, no, I mean, post-colonial studies is interesting if you're looking at the historical time period when it came about after colonialism. But, I mean, some of the ideas are interesting to, like, read back, but I think that calling someone like Conrad a racist because of, you know, he wasn't able to go 100% in, like, what people think of today as, like, full-on equality and everything. You know, he's a person of his times. Even if he wanted to do that, like I said, he may not have been able to get something like that published. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Huckleberry Finn, too. That's just how they talked back there. Like, there's a lot of racist talk and things like that. But, you know, once again, if you look at Huck Finn, like, it's trying to raise awareness for, you know, slavery and how bad it is. And, you know, Jim was a very, now he actually did go in and made Jim look like a very likable character. He gave him a lot of personality, whereas they don't do that in Heart of Darkness. But yeah, I mean, but he's dropping N-bombs everywhere, and that's what a lot of people pay attention to and why the book was banned for a while. But it's like, that's just how people talked back then. And, you know, it was trying to exemplify the racism. But anyways, grad school, fun sometimes, other times extremely restrictive on what you can do and think. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. We'll be back tomorrow around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll make sure I have the alarm actually set. We'll get in here. We'll get started around 9:30. Hopefully we can keep the drive going here. Make a push at Plat 1. If you are a member and you want to come out, we can get in a couple of members games as well. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. And I do have a mid-tier list that I meant to release today, but I just didn't when I fell asleep. So I'll release that tomorrow morning, and some more stuff as well. But yeah, that's going to be it. Have a good day. See you next time.